International conflict resolution is the process of finding peaceful ways to end or prevent disputes between states or other actors in the global arena. International conflicts can arise from different sources, such as economic interests, ideological differences, territorial claims, human rights violations, or environmental issues. International conflict resolution aims to address these sources and reduce the risk of violence or war. There are different methods and strategies for international conflict resolution, depending on the nature and context of the conflict. Some of the most common ones are: negotiation. This is a direct dialogue between the parties involved in the conflict, where they try to reach a mutually acceptable agreement. Negotiation can be facilitated by a third party, such as a mediator, who helps the parties communicate and find common ground. Arbitration. This is a process where the parties agree to submit their dispute to a neutral and impartial arbitrator, who makes a binding decision based on the facts and the law. Arbitration can be faster and cheaper than litigation, and it can preserve the confidentiality and privacy of the parties. Adjudication. This is a process where the parties bring their dispute to a court or a tribunal, which has the authority and jurisdiction to decide the case according to the law. Adjudication can provide a clear and enforceable outcome, but it can also be costly, time-consuming, and adversarial. Peacekeeping. This is a form of intervention by the international community, usually through the United Nations, to maintain or restore peace and security in a conflict zone. Peacekeeping can involve military, police, or civilian personnel who monitor, observe, or enforce a ceasefire, a peace agreement, or a resolution. Peacekeeping can help prevent the escalation or recurrence of violence, protect civilians, and facilitate humanitarian assistance. Peacebuilding. This is a long-term and comprehensive approach to address the root causes and consequences of conflict and to promote sustainable peace and development. Peacebuilding can involve various activities, such as disarmament, demobilization and reintegration of former combatants, security sector reform, transitional justice, human rights, governance, and economic recovery. These are some of the main methods and strategies for international conflict resolution, but there are also other ways to prevent or resolve conflicts, such as diplomacy, sanctions, incentives, dialogue, cooperation, and education. The choice of the most appropriate method depends on the specific situation and the goals of the parties. The ultimate aim of international conflict resolution is to create a more peaceful and just world for all.